A very good evening and welcome to the news live on Channel Live.
A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
I'm Javed Bongzo.
Several thousand devotees are arriving in the Sri Pada Malua to see and worship the newly established bell tower and the Dolas Mahe Pahana. The function related to the vesting of the bell tower and the Dolas Mahe Pahana to the Sasanaya was held yesterday. President Mahinda Rajapaksa also offered pujas to the Sri Padasthanaya. Our correspondent informs that large numbers of devotees are arriving at the Sri Pada Malua since early morning today to see and worship the bell tower and the Dolas Mahe Pahana. It has been requested from the devotees to limit their visits until the pinkam ceremonies are over, since it could inconvenience the devotees. The devotees said that they are very much enthusiastic to see and worship the newly installed Dolas Mahe Pahana. Some others said that they were keen to see the opening of the Dolas Mahe Pahana. 500 members of the Mahasangha, including the Mahanayaka of the Askiri chapter, the Most Venerable Udugama Sri Buddharakita Thera, were escorted to the Sri Pada Malua yesterday for chanting Pirit. The bell tower and the lamp was declared open by the Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa. At this historical moment, President Mahinda Rajapaksa also offered floral tributes from a helicopter that fled past the venue.
මේ ඓතිහාසික අවස්ථාවේ ජනාධිපති මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා හෙලිකොප්ටර් යානයකින් ශ්‍රී පාදස්ථානයට පූජෝපහාර දැක්විය.
The weight of the Dolas Mahe Pahana amounts to 8,600 kilograms. It has been specially designed for lighting it with copra and coconut oil separately. The weight bell tower is 9,000 kilograms. His Holiness the Pope Francis I has said that he would definitely make a visit to Sri Lanka. His Holiness the Pope met the Sri Lankans in Italy at 5 p.m. Sri Lankan time at the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome today. About 20,000 Sri Lankans participated at this occasion. Due to His Holiness the Pope meeting with the Sri Lankans, other visitors to the St. Peter's Basilica was not allowed to visit the Basilica. Addressing the Sri Lankans, His Holiness the Pope said that Sri Lanka is a beautiful country and he appreciates that it is being developed expeditiously. The Pope said that he honorably accepts the invitation extended for him to visit Sri Lanka by the Sri Lankan government. The Pope also prayed for the long sustenance of the peaceful situation that has been established in Sri Lanka. Ministers Rajitha Senaratne and Dayashrita Thisera, Deputy Minister Sarath Kumar Gunaratne, Sri Lanka's Ambassador in Rome, Navalage Bennett Kure, and the Sri Lankan Ambassador in Britain, Dr. Chris Nonis, also attended the occasion.
Minister Vimal Weerawansa said that the death penalty imposed for those accused of narcotic charges should be carried out. Addressing a function held in Colombo this morning, he said that certain drug dealers are involved in various conspiracies together with certain groups in the opposition. The multi-storied renovated housing complex at Vitanage Mawatha in Slave Island was vested with the people by the minister this morning. The government spent 13 million rupees for the renovation work. This housing complex was started in 1975. It has been renovated after a lapse of 39 years. The complex has 70 housing units. The renovation work was implemented under the Jana Sevana Nagamu Puravara program of the Mahinda Chintana Future Vision. The renovation work carried out included repair of the roof, shower ducts, wastewater pipeline network, drains, water tanks and prevention of water leakage and painting of walls. Senior Minister A.H.M. Fauzi and several others attended the function. Speaking at the occasion, Minister Vimal Weerawansa said that all steps should be taken to prevent unlawful trading activities in the country. He said that when the construction of the planned housing complexes in Colombo is completed and people are settled in these decent housing units, it will not be possible to make Colombo a den of crimes and antisocial activities. He said that it is possible to hide not only narcotics but any kind of things in the present shanty dwellings. He said when systematic housing units are there, it will not be possible for the antisocial elements to creep into those housing units and carry out their criminal antisocial activities. He said that these antisocial elements have become very upset at present and they are supporting the opposition personnel to prevent these development activities. The minister said that they are attempting to drag the people of Vanathamulla to the roads and use them as a cat's paw to get their objectives achieved and prevent the people getting decent dwellings. He said that he is requesting the president to give orders to carry out the death penalty on the persons being imposed death penalty for anti-narcotic charges.
Academia from various sectors expresses their gratitude to the President and the government for implementing a national program to rid the narcotic menace from this country. They emphasize that everyone should extend their cooperation to this program. With the opening of the country under the open economy in 1977, many favorable as well as unfavorable things entered the country. The narcotics takes a prime position in this connection. The narcotic trade is the highest profit earning and the antisocial business throughout the world. The tiger terrorists were the leaders of narcotic network in this country. It was through narcotic trade that they collected funds for the purchase of arms. It was a special pledge given in the Mahinda Chintana to defeat terrorism and to build a society devoid of narcotics and intoxicants, a Matinthora society. The government has taken several steps to totally eliminate intoxicants from this country. Under the Matatatita program, 370 kilograms of heroin and 400 million liters of spirit were confiscated last year alone. Legal action was taken against more than 120,000 persons involved in these activities. The government plans to use modern technical equipment at the customs to prevent the inflow of narcotics to the country. The President instructed the Inspector General of Police recently to expand emergency raids on those who sell intoxicant items near the schools. He also instructed the officials to prepare a streamlined plan to minimize the socialization of intoxicants. The academia of various sectors state that it is the duty and responsibility of everyone to support the government's efforts to curb the intoxicant menace.
Sri Lanka is in the hands of the 4 million students who are studying in the schools in our country. We all are confident that this drug menace would be eradicated by the steps the present government has taken under the able leadership of His Excellency the President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Minister Basil Rajapaksa, upon making an inspection tour of the construction work of the Colombo Outer Circle Expressway, said that the first stage of the project will be vested with the people in the month of March. The first stage of the project, covering 11 kilometers, is being constructed from Kottawa to Makumbara interchange up to Kaduwela. The second stage will be constructed from Kaduwela to Kadawatha and the third stage from Kadawatha to Kerawalapitiya. The construction work of the Outer Circular Expressway started on 7 December 2009 under the patronage of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. It has 4 lanes. All roads leading to and extending from Colombo will be joined to this outer circular expressway. The first stage segment will have 2 vehicle interchanges. After opening of the first stage, the Aturugiri interchange will be constructed. This decision has been taken while the construction work was in progress. Under the second stage, a permanent interchange will be constructed aligned to the low-level road in Kaduwela. Steps have been taken to construct a temporary interchange at Kaduwela to exit for all vehicles coming from Kottawa. Minister Basil Rajapaksa said that the Road Development Authority and the officials of the ministry are making expeditious steps to west the Gaul-Matra segment of the southern expressway with the people.
රාජවේගී මාර්ගය කොටසත් ඊටම ඉක්මනින් ජනතා හිතට පැවරීමට මාර්ග අධිකාරියේ සහ අමාත්‍යාංශයේ අපේ නිලධාරීන් කඩිනමින් කටයුතු කරගෙන යනවා.
Minister Susil Premajayanta said that this expressway crossed over the 5 districts of Gampaha, Colombo, Kaltara, Gaul and Matra. He said that this is the largest development project of the country at present. 50% of the construction work of the second segment up to Kadawata has now been completed. A 3.2 kilometer bridge is being constructed over the marshy land between Atrugiriya and Kaduwela. The cost of the whole project will be 25,000 million rupees. The China Harbour Construction Company is carrying out the construction work under the supervision of Road Development Authority. Chinese and Japanese engineers are supervising the construction work. The officials of the Road Development Authority said that the expressway will provide a permanent solution to the vehicle congestion being experienced at present in main junctions of Colombo and the suburbs. Upon declare opening the expressway, the Kottawa-Makumre interchange will be the largest interchange in the country.
The government has pointed out to the representatives of the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva that the proposal to be brought against Sri Lanka under the leadership of the United States will not be a successful step. The government has said that streamlined steps have been taken to implement the recommendations of the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission. The United States is preparing to present its third proposal against Sri Lanka at the UN Human Rights Council session to be held in March this year. In this connection, the United States is involved in a process of getting assistance from the member countries. It has started a program of obtaining the support of Japan and South Korea in the Asian group. Pressure is being exerted on South Africa as well as to support the proposal against Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, in a discussion held with the South African ambassador Jeff Dodge, the Minister of Justice Rauf Hakim has pointed out that unfavorable consequences of the Geneva proposal. The minister has also stated that it is not a successful process of continuously exerting pressure on Sri Lanka.
In more local news, Venerable Maduluave Sobithathero has said that he approves conducting a disciplinary investigation about alleged war crimes in Sri Lanka. He has given an interview to a Tamil website in connection, and this discussion has been reported in the Tamil daily Thinakural as well. The Thinakural newspaper published this report on the 2nd of this month in its 5th page. The Venerable Sobithathero has also stated that he is expected to contest the future presidential election as a common candidate. The Venerable Thero has given this interview as a formidable support for the attempts being made by the UN Human Rights Council together with Western countries led by America to exert pressure against Sri Lanka at the forthcoming Geneva Human Rights Council session. The Venerable Sobithathero has also explained in detail about revisions required for the Constitution of Sri Lanka. The members of the Mahasangha have vehemently condemned this statement of the Venerable Sobithathero as it is a creation of a voice in support of Western moves against Sri Lanka from within the country itself. The chief incumbent of the Bhairakanda Sri Mahabodhi Mahavihare in Kandy, Venerable Yatavat Dhammananda Thero, said that As members of the Mahasangha, they vehemently condemned the strong statement that had been made by the Sobitero against the country, against the nation, and betrayed the country. The statement leads to support the allegations against the country and supports the attempts being made to present war crime allegations against the country at the UNHRC sessions in Geneva and to take the president to the War Crimes International Tribunal. The Venerable Thero said that this statement of Sobitero is a strategic move to give a firm strength to the Western allegations against the country created within the country itself. The preference numbers for the candidates contesting the Western and Southern Provincial Council elections will be issued on the 11th of this month. The Additional Commissioner of Elections RMAL Ratnayaka said that the relevant candidates can obtain their preference numbers from the District Secretary Office. At present, the list of candidates of political parties and independent groups are being processed in accordance with the single alphabet to issue preference numbers. The Commissioner of Elections Mahinda Deshapriya said it is necessary to prepare the list of names in all the 3 languages. It will be prepared as it is being given in the nominations. The list will be prepared by translating the names given in English and Tamil to the single language as it has been given. Therefore, it needs sufficient time to check and verify the processing of the lists. After that, party symbols and symbols allocated for independent groups will be incorporated and then it will be sent to the government printer for necessary action.
Candidates who contest the Western and Southern Provincial Council elections have launched their propaganda activities. In this connection, they attended several religious functions in various places. The candidates of the United People's Freedom Alliance contesting the Galle district participated in religious activities at the Battegama town before launching their propaganda activities. Deputy Minister Nishantha Muthuhettigama also attended the function. The candidates contesting for the Western Provincial Council have also launched their propaganda activities. A religious function was held at the Bodhimalu Viharaya in Kolonnava. Minister Susil Premajantha was the chief guest. The former Provincial Council member from Kolonnava, Ms. Ashoka Lanka and several others attended the function. The UPFA candidates of the Bandaragama electorate of Kalutara have also launched their propaganda activities. They held a Bodhi Puja Pinkama by offering Gilan Pasa Puja to the members of the Mahasangha to invoke blessings for everyone.
New strategies have been introduced to eliminate animal-related epidemics from the country. Special attention in this connection was focused at the National Conference on Animal-Related Epidemics held at the BMICH today. The main objective of the conference was to focus attention about the reaction of animal health to human health. Research reports and proposals relating to various diseases affecting the people from rats, cattle and dogs were discussed. The Ministries of Health and Irrigation and the Forest Conservation Department, the Medical Association related to Community Health Science and the Massey University of New Zealand has introduced many new strategies in this connection. The epidemic spread in Sri Lanka is at a low level at present. The Director General of Health Services, Dr. Palita Mahipala, emphasized that Sri Lanka is making every effort to maintain the spread of these diseases at a minimum level. He said that this special seminar is being held to launch a program to prevent epidemic diseases spread through various animals. He said that a joint program is being implemented to prevent the epidemics being spread by the rats. Similarly, the death toll from rabies has been minimized. A program is being implemented to eliminate rabies by the year 2020.
නිසා ඇතිවන මරණ සංඛ්‍යාව ඉතාමත්ම ආම සංඛ්‍යාවකට අද ගෙනත් තිබෙනවා. 2020 වන විට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවෙන් ජල බීතිකා රෝගය තුරන් කිරීමේ වැඩසටහන අපි ආරම්භ කළා.
A number of officials from the Ministry of Health attended the conference.
The Pittigala Palavata Road of Valpitia has been renovated by carpeting. These renovation activities have been carried out under the government program of implementing expeditious development to link the villages with the main towns. The renovated road will be declared open on Monday under the patronage of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. This is the first stage of renovating the 26-kilometer Pittigala-Horavala road. 2,560 million rupees will be spent for the reconstruction of the whole project, which will benefit the people of Boraluhena, Hattaka, Uhanobita, Miriswata and several other villages. It is also possible to travel through the road to Matugama and Nelua. The people of the area have thanked the government for reconstructing this road, eliminating the difficulties they faced for a large number of years. The people said that earlier it was very difficult to travel in this road as it was a very narrow one. They said that they profusely thanked President Mahinda Rajapaksa for widening this road and making it possible to travel without any difficulty. The carpeting of the Pitigala to Alpitia 10-kilometer road will start on Monday. The chairman of the Alpitia Pradeshya Sabha, Milakaryavasan, said that with the construction of this road, people of several villages, including those from Undugoda, Thalgaspitiya and Kalalpatha, will be benefited. The chairman of Alpitia Pradeshya Sabha, Milakaryavasan, said that with the reconstruction of this road, it will be possible to travel from Alpitia to Matugama and on the other hand to travel from Alpitia to Alutkama and Benthura areas. He said that with the development of this road, there could be a huge transformation in the surrounding areas. In line with this construction work, a new administrative building was also constructed at the Maligathanna Vidyathilaka Pirivana at a cost of 4 million rupees. A Nanasala Centre has been established in this two-storied building.
Colombo is the main city of this country and at the same time it is the main economic hub. Unlike the past, the Colombo city has attracted local and foreign tourists and the Bastion Martha in the Colombo city is now being developed rapidly. This report is about this development. There was a negative perception among the people for a long time about Colombo because of terrorism, the unclean status and vehicle congestions. The unauthorized and irregular constructions aggravated the situation. However, going on the concept that it is better to light at least one lamp instead of blaming the darkness, the Ministry of Defence and Urban Development has taken streamlined steps to make Colombo city a beautiful zone. The waterways that emanated foul smell have now been cleaned. A new shopping complex is now being built over one of these waterways. This complex will have about 100 shopping stalls. A main restaurant and rooms will be provided in it for those who trade fruits, decorative items and other products. Arrangements have been made to remove all illegal structures in Bastion Martha and give new shopping stalls to the traders. 4 machines have been installed in the waterways to purify the water uninterruptedly. Therefore, this area has now become an area without any foul smell. This is the place that the floating shopping complex is being constructed. It is being planned to keep the shopping complex round the clock. There will be areas for various sports activities as well in this shopping complex. The construction work is being carried out by the 7th Engineering Regiment of the Sri Lankan Army and the Sri Lankan Navy. All construction work is to be completed by next month. The people who waited for buses without being able to bear the foul smell in the area will in the future be able to enjoy the pleasantry of even nights in this place.
The income earned from the export of footwear and leather products last year amounted to $51 million. The Minister of Economic Development said that this was an increase of $20 million over the year 2012. The footwear and leather products exhibition is being held at the BMICH this year as well with the objective of providing a high international recognition for the locally produced footwear and leather products. The exhibition was declared open by Minister Basil Rajapaksa yesterday. The exhibition has been organized by the Sri Lanka Export Development Board, the Ministry of Industries and Commerce and Sri Lanka Industrial Development Board in collaboration with the leather products manufacturers in Sri Lanka. The exhibition has 146 trade stalls. There are more than 40,000 people engaged in the leather industry in the country. Over 300,000 people depend on them. The main market for Sri Lankan leather products is the European countries. Several people's representatives attended the inaugural session of this 7th leather products exhibition, which will end tomorrow.
We now have Qasim with sports news.
Well, in sports news, the second test between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh ended in a draw today. Sri Lanka won the toss. Sri Lanka won the two-match test series by 1-0. The first 2020 match between the two countries will be played on the 12th of this month. Today was the final day of the second test. The Bangladesh team was 271 for the loss of 3 wickets in their second innings at the end of the match today. Moimul Haq obtained 100 runs. Dilruwan Pereira took 2 wickets and Kitwadu Mithanage took 1 wicket. Sri Lanka scored 587 runs in the first innings and Bangladesh scored 426 runs in their first innings. Sri Lanka scored 305 runs in the second innings. Kumar Sangakkara, who scored 319 runs and made a triple century in the first innings and scored 105 runs, made his 35th Test century in the second innings, was adjudged as the man of the match. The ICC proposal of empowering the administration and financial activities to England, Australia and India in international cricket was approved today. In the ICC meeting held in Singapore today, from the 10 international cricket playing countries, only Sri Lanka and Pakistan refrained from voting. The two-third majority required for the approval of proposal were received by the voting of other 8 members. Well, meanwhile, the 22nd Winter Olympics have officially opened with a colourful ceremony in the Russian city of Sochi yesterday night. 3,000 athletes from 88 countries are set to take part. Another 700 will compete in the Paralympic Games next month. The 160-odd-minute opening ceremony featured 3,500 fireworks, 3,000 performers and took place in the purpose-built, massively expensive first stadium in the Coastal Olympic Park. The theme was a history of Russia from the days of Greek legend through the Industrial Revolution, not to mention the actual revolution. Russia's celebrated composers were celebrated. There was marching and much dancing by Bolshoi superstars, including a bit of Swan Lake. In the grand finale, 5 torchbearers beginning with Maria Sharapova and passed the Olympic flame around the stadium. They included rhythmic gymnastic champion Elena Kabeva, widely rumored to be dating Vladimir Putin, though neither have confirmed the relationship. They are the most expensive Olympic Games ever. Building the infrastructure from scratch as well as the intensive security measures is estimated to have cost more than £30 billion.
Well, that's it for tonight's news. Do watch us tomorrow at the very same time. Good night.
Good night.